So today, I ate like Einstein. What I did today was purely out of curiosity. It's something I've always wondered. I love food culture and things like that. But Einstein is one of the greatest minds in history. In today's society, there's a lot of emphasis on diet and health, but especially for, brain foods. So I just wanted to dive into what Einstein ate, specifically some of his favorite foods. I don't necessarily think we can truly pinpoint a diet that he adhered to. From a lot of articles and blogs that I read, it wasn't until late in life, I believe a year or so before he passed, that it was advised that he kind of give up a lot of his vices and ate a vegetarian diet because he had gastrointestinal issues. But for the most part, there was a running theme with a lot of the research that I came across. He loved to eat fried eggs. And I'll get into that. I'll get into some of the favorite foods that people wrote about. He did have, his housekeeper did do several interviews on things that he ate. And I'll list some. For example, fried eggs at the top of the list. He loved a breakfast of fried eggs, and I made that. I did two breakfast items. My husband and I wanted to try it. So Einstein loved mushrooms, specifically porcini mushrooms, which he foraged on his forest walks. I kind of like that idea. Einstein just taking a stroll in the forest, foraging mushrooms. So porcini mushrooms, sweet chestnuts was another item that he or his wife, Elsa, would forage. And Elsa is his second wife. Mrs. Einstein, honestly, I don't know if that is exactly how she called herself, but for the video we will. Asparagus was also mentioned. Cucumber salad, I'm assuming a German cucumber salad, also known as
Gurkensalat.
Yeah, I had to Google translate that because I was not going to attempt that word. I didn't want to offend anybody. There wasn't an article, and I will link the resources that I used for today's video in the description below. You can read in detail these articles. Very informative if you are curious about what Einstein ate. It was mentioned that lunch sometimes was skipped, which I totally believe. Sometimes I skip breakfast or lunch, especially when you're busy. A lot of us do that. So I truly believe one of the greatest minds in all time was super busy trying to figure out the world of physics, or scholarly men of academia. And I think there's a funny story that a neighborhood child or young girl would go and ask Einstein help with mathematics. So her and friends would go over there, and I guess he offered lunch, and the lunch that he gave them was a can of beans, warmed or heated through in the can with a spoon stuck in it, and he was kind of like, here you go, here's lunch. I thought that was a funny story. Anyways, I don't know if he was much of a chef. It is worth noting that it is claimed that he wasn't a gourmet type. He really did just like simple home-cooked food. Those are just a list of some things that he ate. But what I did for breakfast, I decided to make two things because my husband wanted to try different variations of eggs that was kind of mentioned in these articles. I did mushrooms, and I could not find porcini mushrooms. I couldn't find dried porcini mushrooms, which is what I was hoping to find at my grocery store. No such luck. So I just went with some shiitake mushrooms, and I sauteed those in unsalted butter. I added 2 eggs, scrambled them in the pan. I added toast, and I finished it off with a pinch of salt and cracked black pepper. And voila, that was the mushroom and egg dish. But I wanted to try, I don't know if this is famous, but it is tied to Einstein, that he loved to eat fried eggs in butter with honey. And that sounds very odd. Fried honey eggs, or eggs fried in honey. So I did it. And all I did was I added a knob of butter, unsalted butter. I added my 2 large eggs because it was mentioned that he definitely ate 2 eggs. He loved to eat 2 fried eggs. And then I added a teaspoon or so of honey, and I waited until it got kind of fizzy and simmering, and then you kind of spoon it and glaze the eggs, and then it's done. I added toast on the side, and when I tried it, again, it sounds so odd, fried eggs with honey, but you know what it tastes like? Like when you add pancake syrup to pancakes and you have eggs on the plate and it kind of runs together, that's exactly what it tastes like. It was not bad. I can't say that I'm going to eat that daily, but it wasn't bad. And I thought it was kind of odd. Honey with fried eggs, but when you eat it, it just makes sense. I actually wanted to add some Louisiana hot sauce to it. I think that would really be good. So that was breakfast. For lunch, I skipped it. I skipped lunch because that's just what I do. And I thought, okay, well, it was mentioned that sometimes he skipped lunch. All right, that makes sense. Busy people kind of do that. And for dinner, I went with one of his favorite meals, which was spaghetti with bolognese sauce, and very good. I'm not going to complain about that. Now, it was mentioned that he liked strawberries and whipped cream, or just fresh strawberries. I had strawberries as my last meal snack. My snack. It's evening time. Gonna have a strawberry. Mmm. Super good. Good snack. And that was my day of eating like Einstein. There were a lot of things that he liked to eat, apparently, in a lot of these articles that I read. It was mentioned that his second wife, Elsa, would make lentil beans and sausage. That sounds really good. And it was also mentioned that she would procure his favorite breads and local butters, farm fresh eggs. So I can only imagine how delicious the eggs and freshly baked breads and farm fresh butter tasted in the morning. I did the best I could with that. But let me know if you want to try some of these things. Comment down below if there are things that you know about Einstein. And I don't know, I was curious. On this channel, you will find me trying a lot of things that I am curious about. Not necessarily food, but I'm a curious person and I always just like to learn new things. So be sure to help me grow this channel. Give it a like, share the video, comment down below. And yeah, I ate like Einstein for a day and it wasn't bad. So thanks for staying a while and I will see you in the next video. Bye.